interesting how circumstances often help us find hobbies we never knew we had. And that's exactly what happened with Abbie Chesney.
I got started making jewelry basically after a good friend of mine, Carter Albrecht, died. He was a musician who was pretty popular around this area. And I wanted to find something that was a tangible memory of him. His parents started a foundation for him shortly after he passed away. And so through the process of making this jewelry, I'm able to give money to the foundation. The foundation is set up, hopefully, once they have enough funds to do so, to help musicians actually make more money at the gigs that they're able to do. I mean, musicians typically don't make a lot of money, and so it detracts people who have a lot of passion for music from going into that business. And so the idea would be to have more money for them to make, and that way those people who are passionate and actually have a lot of talent could be drawn into that industry, which, you know, Carter was such an amazing musician, and he really had an opportunity to get outside of Dallas, but he always came back to Dallas because he really thought Dallas was such a great place and really wanted to support the scene. And so the idea behind this is to collect strings from those local musicians and to really promote them. Their names are on the back of all the tags that I do. And so these people who are now buying these bracelets are walking around with, you know, the O's on their tag, or, you know, shibboleth on their tag. And so it's getting the name out to promote these little musicians that have otherwise been unknown. And so it's giving a real great opportunity to do that as well. So while I'm giving money to the foundation, it's also backing up the other side of it too. I've always been very passionate about helping people. I'm an eating disorder therapist by trade, per se, and so helping people is kind of in my blood. And so this has really given me an opportunity to reach into the music scene, which I'm very passionate about. I've always been driven by music ever since I was a kid. It's given me an opportunity to help on that aspect too, which is real important to me. I would tell people who have a hobby or need to get a hobby that definitely just jump in. I took so long dragging my feet on this and really didn't put myself out there, but it was really important for me to push myself to learn to use my voice. And so that's really what I had to do, was just go for it, because the reality is somebody is going to want a part of what you're doing. Because everybody likes different things. You know, the real kicker of getting me into this was walking through the Fort Worth Art Festival and walking around and seeing all those things, and all those things had to have started out as hobbies. You know, it's just something that somebody tried to do and somebody else liked it, somebody else thought it was cool. And so that's how things kind of organically grow. And I walked around this place where there's just booth after booth and thought, if all these people can do this, then why can't I do it? Because somebody's gonna want it, because it's cool. You know, part of it is just having the confidence that what you have is something that, you know, somebody else is gonna think is great. And there's no reason not to. Giving to the Carter Albrecht Music Foundation has done a lot for me personally. It definitely has given me the opportunity to feel a part of something. That was the one thing that happened when Carter died. All of us came together. Like the whole entire, you know, music scene between musicians and fans really all came together to support one another. And then we all kind of scrambled to go lick our wounds off in our own corners, and people really haven't come back together. So this has given me an opportunity to feel like I'm bringing part of the scene together, which has really helped me. I mean, I feel like I'm doing something. Through my hobby, I think the impact that I'm making on people's lives is giving them a chance to be a part of something too. You know, I'm giving people a part of a musician in a sense. And that's something that's really important to people. You know, everybody's got a song that they listen to that, you know, brings them to life. And so if they can have these strings that they're wearing, then anytime they can look at them and feel empowered, which I think is real important to people. The hobby definitely is twofold. As an eating disorder therapist, the other thing that I've done is I've named the jewelry in a way that challenges body image. The bass strings are thicker strings, and so they're called thick or chunky. And the guitar strings are thinner strings, and so I use slim to designate those. And so it's really a challenge. If you look at the bracelets, most people can't pick which one they like better. And so some people gravitate towards slim, some people gravitate towards thick or chunky, and it's a challenge to wear whatever bracelet it is you've picked, with some pride and with some, compassion for ourselves, and to be brave and bold with whoever we are and realize that each bracelet, like us, is unique and different and each has its own special characteristics. And it's not less than because it's a chunky one, or it's not less than because it's, a thick one. It's just as cool as any of the other ones.
Today, we've learned a lot about how we can use our hobbies to help others. First, find something that you really enjoy doing, and it doesn't hurt to get someone to help you.
And then figure out how your hobby can help others, even if it's just one person.
And lastly, remember, you don't have to be perfect at your hobby for it to help others. As long as helping is your hobby, you're always going to cook up something great. Let's go. Hi there. How are you? We brought you some cookies. You're welcome. We're trying to be. All right, great. Thank you. If you or someone you know is making a difference by giving, we want to know about it. Send your stories and videos to stories@tourofgiving.com.